So we started New Era 2 years ago, and we're coming up to our 2nd anniversary. And I wanted to kind of shoot a story about my story personally and the gym story so far. I mean, my story starts back in, say, about 3 years ago, and I started, you know, it's a typical story, and it's a young guy with big dreams and lots of passion, but it wasn't always that way. I've worked 3 part-time jobs. I know what it is to grind away in endless, mindless, mind-numbing jobs. And I always had this fear. I always had a certain anxiety. And the anxiety was that, is this it for me? Is this all that I have to offer? And I knew within myself that I had much more within. I had a voice and I had a passion. And 3 years ago, I was telling people that I'm going to be coaching, and I'm going to change people's lives, and I'm going to make a difference. And those steps, like, there was a couple of influential steps and a couple of important steps that had to happen before I became a successful coach, and I was coaching at our facility, and before the facility actually manifested itself physically. But I always knew that I wanted to make a difference, and I guess that's where it really started. We're going to celebrate our 2nd anniversary, and we're going to support a charity that's dear to our hearts, close to our hearts, close to a couple of our members' hearts. And the charity is Calm. And I feel greatly connected to this charity because it's kind of, in its own right, my story too. Like, I had anxiety, I had depression, and I know what it's like to feel like that. Like, I worked supermarket jobs, I stacked shelves, I tended bar. And I know what it's like to feel that depression and that anxiety and that fear that your life is going nowhere. But I also, on the flip side of that, know what it's like to push myself and take control of the situation. What you need to do is take control of your situation, like, accept every flaw that you have, accept everything about yourself, and that's the only way that you're gonna make a difference to your life. And by making a difference to your own life, you can make a difference to other people's lives, and that's ultimately what New Era is, making difference to other people's lives. And every day we turn up and we coach. Every day we spread our message. We know our message, we know our mission. And our mission is to make the most out of people's lives. Like, anything that you see as a hurdle, you kind of work on that, and you grow and you develop as a person. Like, I believe through training that you can cure any disease. Like, it's proven, right? It's scientifically proven that if you train regularly, you exercise, you eat a healthy lifestyle, you maintain a healthy lifestyle, that things start to get better and you start feeling better about yourself. So that is why we've chosen Calm. And on the 17th of October, Saturday, we're gonna create a huge event to support this charity. And there'll be loads of cool things happening. But essentially, like, it rings true. I wanted to spread this message. The message is powerful, and it's about self-development. It's about self-wellness and well-being. And we have stories. Every single one of our members has a story. I have a story, Tyler has a story, all of our coaches have stories, Chris has a story. But you know what? It's up to you to change that story, to change that situation, no matter how difficult it is, no matter how hard it may seem. You've got to surround yourself with the right people, you've got to surround yourself with the right energy, and accept that you will have flaws, you will have times where you feel depressed, low, and anxious. But if you find your message, if you find your passion, if you find what it is that you want to do, then you can start, right? And starting is the hardest step. It's like they say, the first step is always the most difficult, and I believe that is true. The first step is the most difficult, but it is the most important step. You have to start somewhere, and I started somewhere, right? We started out in car parks, like in rain, sleet, snow, close to this location. I remember feeling so nervous that I had to coach in front of like 20 women. And one of the first sessions I actually coached was, I had like tight shorts on and flip-flops, and I looked like I was going straight to the beach. But like, I started somewhere, and that was a huge step. It was a hugely important step. And again, that first step is always going to be the most difficult, but it's the most important. And then you just have to repeat. You will get somewhere. It may not be immediately, but 3-4 years down the line, that first step is going to be, it's going to be even bigger than what you currently realize. What I want is this video and this promotion to be a call to action, and a call to that people actually listen and they change their lives. So it's no point like us shooting this and you're not going to take action. So whoever you are who's watching this, then if you want to truly change your life, if you want to truly change your situation, then you should start looking at fitness as a solution. You should start looking at training as a solution. You should start looking at your diet. You should start looking into a healthier version of yourself. And we all have this self-talk. We all have this self-story that we tell ourselves, and we all have our own limitations. And often this is only self-manifested, and it's socially manifested. And maybe you've been told that all your life that you will amount to nothing. Maybe you are told constantly by whoever is close to you that although they do it out of love, they don't realize that they are hindering your growth. They are hindering your potential to what you can actually be. It's up to you to be with that person. It's up to you to continue in that relationship and always have these reminders that you will never amount or rise above. Like everybody, if you think about it, right? So there's people that are born with massive disabilities. There's people that are worse off than yourself. And I guess that is the reminder to me that, like, what can I do to make myself better? What can I do to push myself better? Because there's people who are born with like huge disabilities, like no legs, no arms, no limbs, whatever it is. And this is all you've got, or this is all I've got. I mean, you can dig deeper, right? You can push harder. And it sounds cheesy to say that, but only you can motivate yourself into action. So this story has many chapters, right? And it's not just about me. It's not just about any of the coaches. It's about the members, because they're the ones that drive it forward. and they're the ones that it hugely affects. So they all have their stories, and don't listen to me, listen to their stories.